It's been a busy last 2 weeks on Rocky Top, and we're here to catch you up on all of it. I'm Luke Lamery.
And I'm Lily Van Allsburg. Let's start with some volunteer football. Breaking last night from the NFL draft, former volunteer James Pierce Jr. was drafted by the Atlanta Falcons. He was selected in round 1, pick number 26. Pierce Jr. had an impressive resume at Tennessee, compiling 19.5 sacks, 71 tackles, and 79.5 tackles for loss. He was the only volunteer to get drafted in the first round.
Yep, late last week, Josh Heupel told the team they were moving on from Nico Iamaleava. After he was apparently asking for more NIL money, Tennessee decided they weren't going to give it to him.
Iamaleava was asking for approximately $4 million in NIL money and $1.5 million increase from his previous $2.5 million.
Iamaleava entered the transfer portal and decided to transfer to UCLA, taking less money than he was making at Tennessee. Now, the Iamaleava family said it was never about the money. A lot of drama unfolding late last week, Lily.
It sure did.
Now, if it couldn't get any more chaotic, Josh Heupel and company brought in a new quarterback from guess where? None other than UCLA, the spot that Iamaleava transferred to. Quarterback Joey Aguilar will be joining the Vols after the UCLA depth chart filled up fast.
What a way that went down. Aguilar spent 2 seasons at Appalachian State before transferring to the Bruins. Now he's joining the volunteer quarterback room, where he is expected to be a starter in front of two very inexperienced quarterbacks. Aguilar joins Jake Merklinger and George McIntyre in the quarterback depth chart.
Aguilar proved himself at Appalachian State, compiling the single-season record in passing yards, passing touchdowns, completions, and attempts.
After not seeing the same success at UCLA, he joins a young chart of backups. Merklinger was a consensus 4-star recruit out of high school. He attempted 9 passes for 48 yards in all of 2024.
McIntyre was a consensus 4-star recruit out of high school and has yet to make his Tennessee debut.
Transitioning to the softball diamond, the Lady Vols softball team are on a heater after taking down some top names. They shot up number 1 in the nation after away wins in Norman against number 2 ranked Oklahoma and in Austin against number 1 seeded Texas.
However, after losing a midweek game to Clemson on Tuesday in extra innings, they can expect to drop back in the rankings. Lady Vols softball heads on the road yet again as they travel to Oxford, Mississippi for a series against Ole Miss this weekend.
If you're a college sports fan, then you know the voice of Courtney Lyle. The play-by-play announcer for ESPN started right here at the University of Tennessee, and that is just so awesome. I got to talk to her about her journey.
Edwards, top of the key with the 3!
Before ESPN, Courtney Lyle was a UT student with a dream.
Those connections at Tennessee and getting that opportunity to help those programs as a student and to learn, that really springboarded me to my career eventually at ESPN.
Lyle began learning under former voice of the Vols, Bob Kessling, when she was only 15.
We're really proud of Courtney, and she was so driven really from the first day I met her when she was in high school.
She is known for her knowledge of the game and incredible storytelling. But what made her stand out was her persistence.
Kind of working that puzzle throughout the game of seeing what fits here.
It was not only her hard work that led her to where she is today, but also her love for what she does.
She loves to dig up the stories and talk to the coaches, and she's just a natural.
One of the things Lyle is most happy about achieving is having her own package for college football every week.
There are not very many female play-by-play announcers on college football. It was very hard to break into that, and I'm so fortunate that ESPN gave me an opportunity.
One goal she hopes to achieve hits close to home.
I mean, I went to Tennessee, so it would be really cool to call a Tennessee football game. That would be amazing.
From Rocky Top to one of ESPN's top announcers, Lily Van Allsburg, Vol News. Courtney Lyle's story proves that with passion, persistence, and a start in Tennessee, anything can happen. Keep up with Lyle's journey on ESPN and at her Instagram at Sportney_Lyle.
In other news, Rick Barnes is making shockwaves in the transfer portal after picking up one of the top recruits in Tennessee history. Nate Ament is a 5-star small forward, joining a list of top 5 recruits in Tennessee history that consists of Tobias Harris and Allen Houston. On3 Rankings has Ament at 99, a 99 grade and a top 3 recruit in the country.
That's pretty impressive. Now for Tennessee baseball, they faced it off against Kentucky this weekend in a series at Lindsey Nelson Stadium. After taking a commanding 8-2 win on Friday, the Vols took a tough loss on Saturday and Sunday to lose the series. However, they bounced back on Tuesday with an 11-7 win against Lipscomb in 7 innings.
After taking a commanding 8-2 win on Friday, the Vols took tough losses on Saturday and Sunday to lose the series. However, they bounced back on Tuesday with an 11-7 win against Lipscomb in 7 innings.
The Vols face number 7 ranked LSU this weekend in Baton Rouge. The first game of the series is tonight at 7:30 p.m. Be sure to tune in.
In other news, a Tennessee alum and astronaut made his return to campus and threw the first pitch at a baseball game. Our Sophie Starkey has the story.
The Vols are back after a weekend away, and they are not the only ones who returned home tonight. Vol Nation welcomed back NASA astronaut Butch Wilmore as he threw the first pitch at his alma mater. A native of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Wilmore earned his master's at the University of Tennessee in Aviation Systems at the UT Space Institute in Tullahoma, part of the UT College of Engineering. After his extended 9-month stay with SpaceX, Wilmore was welcomed back with thunderous applause as he sported the Power T. Reporting from Lindsey Nelson Stadium, I'm Sophie Starkey.
Well, it was great seeing Butch back in town, and my goodness, Lily, he's got an arm on him, doesn't he?
He sure does. It's great to see him back.
Yep. Coming out of Allen Jones Intercollegiate Aquatic Center, the Tennessee Swim and Dive team has added 2 new dive coaches in place of former head dive coach Dave Parrington, who retired earlier this month.
To replace Parrington as head coach, Jane Figueredo is a 2-time Olympic champion coach, and her divers won medals in every Olympics from the year 2000 to 2024. Truly an impressive resume that would take all to show to list.
Breaking minutes ago, Tennessee Swim and Dive also promoted Mike Wright to assistant diving coach, a former 2010 USA diving national champion. A lot of exciting stuff for Tennessee Swim and Dive.
Sure is. The Volunteers have repeated an attendance record across football, men's and women's basketball, all during the 2024-25 season.
They also accomplished this feat in 2023 and 24, a total of 1,234,843 fans. Tennessee took first over Michigan by 99,000 people. Tennessee took first over Michigan, and Lily, I mean, my goodness, that's an impressive attendance record.
Impressive 2 years in a row. That's all we have for sports this week. Back to you, Aubrey and Kyla.
Thank you, guys.